Hey friends, today's Motivation Monday is about being over doing. It's really complex, actually, this topic of being overdoing, because we can walk out certain actions, but are we really feeling and are we really doing them from a place of love? And that's where we need to check our hearts. And so today, as we do things, I want us to be intentional about them, because how many of you know we do a lot of things mindlessly? We do a lot of things unconsciously. And so today I want you to do things with great intention. I want you to do things with love. I want you to do things with peace and with power, that we aren't just going through motions, not thinking about it, not being mindful. And that's really what mindfulness is about, is really being centered and aware of our thoughts, aware of our decisions, aware of the energy that we're putting into something. You know, you can make someone a cake, right? And you can make it being irritated and frustrated, and it's not really done in love. And you can also make a cake and be thinking positive thoughts and speaking blessings. And sometimes for me, I like pray for my stuff to turn out amazing. And so, because it matters, I'm like, if I'm going to put the time into this, I want it to be awesome. So let's do things well. Let's do things in love. Let's do things mindfully and consciously and intentionally, because it makes a difference. You know, it's like you can just tell when someone puts effort into something, it speaks to you. What happens when people do things half-heartedly or kind of just lazily, or they get the bare minimum done? It doesn't speak volumes of love. It doesn't speak volumes of care. It's kind of like, yeah, they just did it, just to do it, to say that it was done. And we're all guilty of it. I'm guilty of it, especially when we're busy and we're just going through the motions. We need to choose to stop and to become love before we extend love, to make sure that we're loving ourselves, we're encouraging ourselves before we encourage other people. And that doesn't mean we need to feel all amazing and everything needs to be lined up before we can encourage people. Can I just tell you guys, I have been making videos for years. I've been putting out encouraging, inspiring content for years, and a lot of times on my worst days, a lot of times when things are not going amazing in many different areas. And so things don't have to be perfect for you to empower others. Don't get it twisted. But what I am saying is, let's be mindful, let's be intentional, and let's stop and ask ourselves, why am I doing this? And what is my motive? Like, we need to check our own motives. Like, why am I sending this text or this email? Or why am I looking for that opportunity? Why do I want this to manifest? Let's check our hearts. Let's check our intentions. Let's check our motives. Let's check our energy. Let's check what we're putting out there. And you know what? We're going to do things. Let's do them well. If you're going to show up, then show up. If you're going to send an encouraging text, then put your all into it. Don't just do things halfway. Don't just do things to say that you did. Don't just go to the gym and then like go sit on your phone to say that you went to the gym. Like, get your workout in while you're there. It's better that you can do things in a short amount of time. You know, my son, he said something to me the other day, and it really spoke to me, because they had cut his practice time down a little bit. Usually in summer they're practicing 3-ish hours, and you know, they cut it to 2 hours. And I said, hey, you know, why'd you guys cut it? He's like, oh, you know, he gave me a couple reasons. He said, you know, Mom, when you're doing things effectively, when you're doing things efficiently, you need that 2 hours, and you're getting what you need done. We're not just standing around. We're not just wasting time. We don't need to be there for 4 hours where 2 of the hours are wasted and 2 of the hours we're goofing off. It is better that we spend 2 hours with a focus and with intention, and we get what we need to get done, and we get out of there. And I was like, yeah, I get that, you know, and he was totally right on, which, use your time wisely, use your time effectively. If you have an hour time block, which shout out to my admin, Rachel, check her out. She has a great blog on time blocks and time management. And if you need some help in admin or web, that is your girl. And so if you have it, then maximize that time. Use your time well. You guys know I'm in the car all the time. I have 3 kids. None of them have a license, and they have sports, and they have camps, and they have riding lessons, and all kinds of things. And so I use my time well when I'm in the car. I listen to podcasts or audiobooks, or I'll turn on a video. I'm not watching it, but I'm listening to it. So let's maximize our effort, maximize our time, not to overextend ourselves, but let's be intentional. Let's be so intentional about what we're putting out, our words. Let's just not carelessly throw words around, carelessly throw I love you around. Let's make it count. Let's make people feel it. when we do things, that they can feel our love. They can feel the biggest compliment that we get in the shop often is people say, I can feel that there is love here. I can feel that there's purpose here. I can feel that the people here really care. And it wasn't something we did because it was something that was felt. It's an atmosphere and a foundation that we have created. And you can do that in your workspace. You can do that in your school. You can do that on your team. You can do that in simple little things. So be intentional, be aware, be mindful. It matters. All right, guys, let's go have an amazing, incredible week.